welcome back to What Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is a GW Panther. It's a tier 7 German SPG, and this one's located on the north spawn of Murovanka, and it's under the command of General Disturbance. Yes, it's one of my replays again. Well, this one's a little bit different, and I catch a bit of grief for what I do during this battle. More than a little grief, actually. I get quite a bit of salt from one of the players afterwards. Well, you can see I've got one mark on the barrel, and I'm about to get my second mark in very shortly, because I'm only a couple of percent, I think, well, less than 2% away from getting my second mark. It's a 15cm howitzer mounted in the turret on the back of a Panther chassis. This SPG was proposed by the Wehrmacht, but it never got put into production because they needed the Panther hulls for use as tanks. Now, you'll see I noticed that knocked a tree down there. One of my colleagues knocked down 2 trees as he was moving to his firing position. So I thought I'd knock another one down just to make out that there was a firing position there, just in case any counter battery was being attempted. And instead I've moved over to a different tree a short distance away, and I'm going straight to the aim. And there's an AMX 1357 I saw there. Looking for targets. Yep, I'm sure there's an AMX 1357 behind that house. I'm dialing in. I'm going to fire around straight through that little gap there. Yes, there he is. Round out. Right through the gap. 154 hit points from Splash. I guess he's not so happy now. He managed to get 17% of his health out of him there. I'm dialing in for another shot. Almost loaded. 21.01 seconds on the reload. Fire the round in. It hits the support, so it detonates early. But we see a T-49. He's spotting in a bush up on top of that hill. And he's pulling back. I'm not loaded yet, but I will be very shortly. He goes down. I'm loaded. He's running away. I work out where he's going and fire a round into him for a direct hit of 320 hit points. So he's not so happy now. Okay, we've got Tiger 1, an ISM, and another Tiger 1. And I'm looking at that first Tiger 1. Oh, he's been tracked. Okay, I'm loaded. Now, rounds out straight away. And he's out the game. 155. Now, ISM, it's a difficult target because he's over a ridgeline. It's a very narrow target to aim at, just the turret basically. And our T-49 friend comes back. He obviously wants some more punishment. Oh, and I spot a priority target. That's a Wizzy 1201 FT, and they're very difficult tanks to kill, but they can do a lot of damage. I've got one myself, so I know how deadly they are. And just after I fire at him, he pulls back, so I get my worst shot of the game. And then this ISM comes forward, and I'm not loaded, so I can't fire at him. But I see that Tiger 1, and he's a much easier shot to hit. So I mark my target, fire a round in, and direct hit. 294 hit points this time. It all adds up. Go for the targets you know you can definitely get in cases like that. If you go for the difficult one, you might miss. Right, we've got a T-10. He's in the village just slightly to the east, and he's retreating. Round out. Oh, right into his side. 214 hit points. That certainly hurt. And I saw the Samur go down behind him. There's a number of heavies in that village, but I'm focusing on the ones on heavy corner, just here. And the ISM hasn't come forward yet. And I'm loaded. T-34-100 in the village, dialing in. He's staying stationary, round out. Oh, 306 hit points, the direct hit on his engine. He looks to be moving a bit slowly. I might have damaged his engine. And he's taking a lot of fire anyway. So I'm picking up stun assists on massive. And in fact, it won't be long. Yes, he's gone down. He's been taken out. Now I'm loaded, and the ISM's come out to play. And my terrible shot there in RNG causes the shell to go to one side. And there's the AMX 1357 going through camera as he zooms off to the east. But I'm still focusing on the ISM, indicating my target. Big down arrows above the tank, telling everyone I'm firing at that one. And he's focusing on something to the east. And I splash him for 269. You see, RNG is not being very friendly with me here. I'm aiming directly at him, but the shells are not hitting him directly. Now he's pulling into cover. He might get there before I load. Yeah, he is going to get there before I load. And, oh, I don't need to kill him. He has been killed by our Lorraine. The 15550. Tier 7. Okay, E75. I've got a corner of his rear. And I splash him for 66. And he's killed immediately afterwards. So I pick up the rest in spotting. Now that we're running out of enemies to kill now. There's only 4 left. Okay, GW Panther's been spotted in the south. Oh, we just shotgunned our T-34-100. And I've lost sight of them because I think my T-34-100 lost his radio. And I fire at the GW and splash him to death for 108. Now, I did see a GW Tiger P in that bush there before he disappeared. And I'm reloading. Despite what the mod says, I am still loading. And there's the shell going in. Okay, rounds out straight away. And there he appears. As a direct hit. 256 hit points. He's out the game. Right, T-49. There's only 2 enemies left. That T-49 and that Wizzy 1201 GFT. And that is the problem tank. The T-49's gone down. I know where he was last seen. He's last in that corner. And I've indicated that spot on the ground to tell everyone that I'm aiming there. The Progetto's moving up. He spotted the Wizzy. I'm indicate target. Fire. Oh, I get a direct hit on the enemy, but I actually hit the Progetto as well with splash. I did indicate the target, and the Progetto's been taken out by the Wizzy. And he then puts a rather salty message in chat. Yep. Not happy with what I did. I know that that Wizzy 120 is still in that vicinity. I fire a round in. He has moved. There he is. Marking the target. Telling everyone what I'm after. I'm still loading. He moves back. Trying to anticipate where he's going to go next. Okay, he's pulling back. He's going to pull forward. Yes, he is. There he goes. Work out where he's going to go. And shell in. Direct hit. 77 hit points. And he's killed. And it's game over. We've won. So, pretty good battle there. 3 kills. I tried to platoon with the Tiger 1. He had 3 kills, but it didn't come off. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. And yes, it was an Ace Tanker in the GW Panther for general disturbance. I also got a Hunter badge, would you believe it? That's the badge where you kill all of the tanks of the Cat family. That's all the German tanks, the Panthers, all the Tigers, the Jag Panthers, and the GW Panthers. So if you've done all of those and killed 100 of them, you get a Hunter badge. I also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 14. And I also got a Confederate medal because I hit more of the enemy than anyone else on my team. In fact, I can tell you, I actually hit 11 of the enemy. There was only 4 enemy tanks I didn't touch. And I think that's because they were over in the Magic Forest and they were killed by my other teammates and I was focusing on Heavy Alley area. But it was still a pretty good game. Win 8 of 4-1-1-4. And there's so many tanks hit that you have to scroll the page to see how many I did hit. So let's have a look at the team scores. Well, there you go. I got the second highest damage on my team, 2,471 hit points. I was beaten by the T10. He managed to get a Patrol GT and got 2,825 hit points. But we were all beaten by the Unicum, and this was a Unicum player. I didn't know it at the time. The Wizzy 1201 FT, he managed to get 3,348 hit points, and that's obviously testament to the fact that he is a Unicum player. He knows how to play this particular tank destroyer, and it is a very deadly tank destroyer, this one. It is a premium one, so you can get hold of one in the shop, but it is very, very dangerous, these ones. If you play them right, you can penetrate a lot of tanks very, very quickly. So, let's have a look at the number of kills. Well, when it came to kills, actually, I was top of the table on my team with the Tiger 1. We both had 3 kills, but again, that Wizzy 1201 FT got 4. And when it came to base XP, I was top of the table with 1,263. The T10 managed 1,244, and the Lorraine 15550 managed to get 1,085. And the reason I was top of the table was not only that I was getting a lot of stun damage, but also the fact that I was a tier 7 Arty in a tier 8 game, and obviously therefore I was earning, in fact tier 9 game, sorry, and therefore obviously I was earning a lot more experience points every time I hit the enemy. So let's have a look at the detailed report and see where we stand. Well, I fired 16 shots, got 8 direct hits, 8 penetrations and 8 splash. Damage of 2,471 hit points, all in the distance of more than 300 meters. I did lose 120 hit points for that Progetto 46. I hit 11 of the enemy and killed 3 of them. And I also did stun assistance of 1,498 hit points of 12 stuns. On a premium account, I earned 53,540 credits, and I got a mission completion reward from the Halloween special, 24,164, but I was fined 3,128 credits for hitting the Progetto. That brought my total to 74,576 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammo is fairly cheap, I took home 56,656 credits. I also received 1 bond, that was for the Confederate, 1,895 XP, -1 for hitting the Progetto, or splashing the Progetto I should say, ×2 for the first victory of the day, and a mission completion reward of 947, meaning I took away 4,736 experience points from 1 game. But you would not believe the grief I had in chat or message to me afterwards from the Progetto. He contacted me and he said, he was complaining like hell about me splashing him and that Arty is useless if they're on your team or the enemy's team. And he was just generally very, very nasty towards me. But I did point out to him that not only did I hit more of the enemy than anyone else on my team, but in actual fact I had indicated that target before he got anywhere near it, and I said that there was a long delay between us firing a shell and the shell arriving at the target, and in between the time that I shot at that target he moved closer to it. So obviously if he moves close to a target that's about to get hit, he can expect to get splashed, and it was very important that I killed that target because obviously he was doing a lot of damage to our tanks. And technically, he might have won the game if he'd been continuing to do damage to the rest of them. So it was very important I stripped him of as much hit points as quickly as possible. But I still got a lot of grief from that Progetto 46 driver. So I said, well, I'll do a video on it and I'll put that up, and therefore you can actually see it for yourself. So here's the replay, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the future.